Is today we will discuss the concept of internal tables. So internal tables, by definition, they are called as the temporary tables. So what are the tables? So let me give a brief description of our internal tables. So internal tables. Internal tables, in short form, we call them as ITabs. We call them as ITabs. So internal tables, they are called as temporary tables. They are not stored physically in the database. They are not stored physically in the database. They are created during the runtime of the program. They are created during the runtime of the program. We can store the data and manipulate the data in the internal tables or ITabs. So this is the definition of internal tables. So internal tables, they are called as temporary tables. Why? Because they are not stored physically in the table. Whereas the tables that we create in SE11, they are called as the physical tables, because whenever we want to look at the table, we can go to the T code SE11 and we can display those tables. Whereas these internal tables, they are called as temporary tables, and they are not stored anywhere in the database. So when during the execution of the program, they are created at the runtime, and then the processing will be done. We can store data, we can manipulate the data in the internal tables, and once that is done, once we are out of the program, then we can display the output from the internal tables, and once we are out of the internal tables, we cannot see them anymore. We won't be able to display the internal tables. So that is the concept of internal tables, and these internal tables are as good as our whatever the tables that we have created in SE11. Our internal tables are as good as they are called as transparent tables, right? So this is the concept of internal tables. So whenever we want to create a internal table, first we have to define the internal table. So this is how we can define the internal table. So first we have to define the work area. First we have to define the line type. We call it as line type. So first we will declare the line type. That means in the line type, we can mention what are the fields we want to have. So let's say we want to have some 4 fields, like Bookers is the company code, UTXT is name of the company, OR201 is the city, and land1 is the country. Land1 is the country. So this is our line type. So based on the line type, we will be declaring our work area. Again, work area also is a temporary area. So work area and internal tables, actually they go hand in hand. So work area also is a temporary area, and internal tables are also temporary areas. So what is the difference between work area and internal tables? In internal tables, we can store multiple records. multiple lines. Whereas in work area, we can store only one single line. So that is the concept of internal tables and work areas. And both internal tables and work areas, they are created during the runtime of the program, right? So this will be our work area, and based on the work area, again we will declare our internal tables. So this will be our internal tables. So in internal tables, basically we can have multiple lines. So this is our bookers field, and this is our view.txt. This is our ORT01, and this is our landmark. So this is our internal tables items. So whenever we want to declare the internal tables, first we will define the line type. So in that line type, we will mention what are all the fields we want to have, the field names. We will just mention the field names. So based on that line type, again, we will define based on this line type, we will define the work area, and based on the same line type, we will also define our internal tables. So again, what is the difference between work area and internal tables? Work area, we can have, suppose if this is the internal table, I tab, this is the internal table, and this is our work area, and this is the output or user. So this is the I tab internal tables, and this is our work area, and this is the output or end user. So here basically, if you observe, work area acts like a mediator. Suppose if we want to add more records, add new records in the internal table, again we cannot add directly. We have to do it through work area only, right? So we have to do it through work area only. Suppose this is our internal table. So if you want to add more records, we have to do it through work area only. From work area, we can add the record. If first we have to put it in the work area. From work area only, we can add the new records to internal tables. Again, if you want to, write the output from internal table, we cannot directly write the data from internal table. Again, we have to move it to work area, and from work area only we can write the output, right? So we cannot directly write the output from internal table. So here if you observe, our work area acts like a mediator. So our work area, this is like a mediator between our internal tables and output, right? So the similarity between work area, what is the similarity between work area and internal table? Both of them are temporary areas. Both of them are created during the runtime of the program. What is the difference between internal tables and work area? Work area, at any point of time, it can hold only one record. Whereas internal tables, at any point of time, it can hold multiple records. So that is the difference between work area and internal table. So in this program, and we can do all different kinds of operations. We can do all different kinds of operations like append, that means adding more records to internal table, delete records from internal table, modify records from internal table, right? So deleting duplicates. So all these operations we can do with the help of internal table. And efficiency wise, internal tables are good. Why? Because they are not stored physically in the database, but we can do all different kinds of things. Whatever we want, the data processing of the data. So we can do that without them being physically stored in the database, right? So that is the concept of internal tables. So in this program, we will see how we can work with the concept of internal tables, and how to define the internal tables, and what are all the different operations that can be performed with internal tables. So let's go to our, actually I have placed this program in the package, in your package. So let's see how we can work with this concept. So our package name is, so this is our package name. So here under the programs, we have this table, we have this program called SAP ABAP 5. So this is the name of our program. So here, let's see how we can work with the concept of internal tables. So here, if you observe, the first step is to define. So this is the first step number one. Step number one is define the line type. So this is step number one. Step number two is, this is to define the work area. And step number three, defining the internal tables. So these are the three steps we'll be doing now, right? So step number one is to define the line type. So let's see how we can do that. So declare the required line type. You can take this as the line type. So declare the required line type. So here we have syntax. We have some syntax. So we define like this. We do that with the keyword types. Types is the keyword, and begin of is the keyword. And here for the line type, we can give any name for our line type, right? So begin of our line type, end of our line type. So here we are having some fields. So bookers. Bookers is company code, type bookers, right? So this is the field name, type is the keyword, it's related data element. So whenever you want to give some comments, you can give like this with double quotes. So we are giving the descriptions, English descriptions, so that anybody, whoever sees this program, they will know that, okay, Bookers is the company code. BUTXT is name of the company. ORT01 is city. Land1 is the country. End of TY underscore TZ01, right? So this is our step number one. This is how we define the line type. So we are done with the step number one. We have defined the line type, and we have mentioned what are the fields we want to have in our line type. So step number two is define the work area. So based on this line type, we want to define the work area. So we are defining our work area with the keyword data. So data, our work area. So we are giving it as W underscore TZ01. So this is our work area. It is of type. Again, we are referring to the above data type, right? So whatever the fields we have defined here, the same fields we will have in our work area also. The same fields we will have in our work area also. So this is step number 2. If you want, you can keep a comment. Step 2. Right. So this is our step 1. We'll keep comments like this. Step 1. And this is our step 2. Step 3. Like this, you can give a comments if you want. So our step number 3 is based on the line type, above defined line type, we want to declare our internal table. So this is step number 3. So we are defining our internal table. Our internal table is IT_T01. So here you can give any name for your internal table. So you can give begin of Apple also. Data Apple type table of TY_T01. Like that also you can give. So this name is not important, right? For work area and internal table, you can give any name. So generally for work area, we will use WA, for internal table IT, right? So this is our step 3. So what we are saying here, we are saying our work area, it is only of type. That means it will refer to this line. But our internal table, we are saying type table of. That means our internal table is like a table and it will have these fields, right? So our declarations are over. So this is our first step, defining the line type, and based on this line type, we have declared our work area and our internal table. So now we have our definition is over. We have defined them, but there is no data in this, right? There is no data in this. So let us see how we can put the data. So we are to put the data into the internal table, we are having our select statement. So select is the keyword. Select, we are whatever the sequence. One thing we have to remember is whatever the sequence we define them here, in the same sequence we have to have our select statement. So select bookers, BUTXT, ORT01, land1. Into table, internal table. From standard table, T01, where land1 equal to DE. So this is like a filter we are giving. If you want to fetch all the data from master table T01 into our internal table, we can simply put a dot here after T01. Then it will fetch all the records from master table T01 and it will put into our temporary table, internal table IT_T01. But here we are applying some filter. Where land1 equal to DE, we are applying some filter. So we want to filter only the German companies, right? So now what happens, only the German based companies will be fetched from master table T01 and they will be put into our internal table IT_T01. So we are having our next top. So now we are having data in our internal table. Only the list of German based companies are there in our internal table. So our next operation is to sort. Sorting the internal table. So sort is the keyword. Sort internal table, descending by. If you want to sort in descending order, descending by. If you want to sort in ascending order, ascending by. Descending by bookers. So that means we want to sort our internal table in descending order based on the company code, right? So based on the company code, we want to sort our internal table. So it will sort out all the company codes, right? So we have sorted our internal table. So now after each operation, what we'll do is like we will try to display the result. We'll try to display the result after each operation. So let us try to display the result. So whenever we want to display the result, we have to we want to have our heading here. So we are doing that with the help of the right statement. So list of German companies in descending order. So this is our heading, and we are having a U line. U line means we are underlining our heading. And like we have discussed here, whenever we want to write the data from internal tables, we cannot directly write the data from internal tables. We have to move them through work area, and from work area only we can have our write statement. Suppose if there are 100 records in the internal table, what it will do? It will move the first record from internal table into work area, and then from work area we will write the output. Again, it will move the second record from internal table into work area. Again, we will write the second record. So that means this process will continue for 100 times, because each and every time we are moving one by one record from internal table into work area, and from work area we are displaying the output. Right. So that's what we are doing here. Loop. So loop at internal table into work area. That means it will move the first record from internal table into work area. And we have to write the work area contents. So we are having a write statement, right? Here, if you observe, we are using our system feed, site ABAP. So purpose of site ABAP is it will give the index number of the records of the internal table. So that means when we move the first record from internal table into work area, we are writing the site ABAP value will be 1, because we are writing the first record. And again, we are writing the work area contents, work area bookers, work area BUTXT, work area ORT01, work area land. And we are closing our loop with hand loop. So if our internal table has 100 records, this loop and loop will be executed 100 times. So each and every time it will move one by one record from internal table into work area, and we will write that record from work area. Again, it will move the second record from internal table into work area, and we will write the second record from work area. Right. So are we fine till this point?
Yes. Yeah, it's taking some time for me to understand.
Yes.
A lot of information, but please go on. Yeah.
So we are using the keyword clear. So we are clearing our work area. That means we are erasing the contents of work area. So clear is nothing but it is like eraser. We write it with a pencil on a paper, and we erase it with the eraser. Again we write it, again we erase it. So that is the concept of work area, right? So we can write at the same place. We are writing with pencil, erasing it. Again writing with pencil, erasing it. So that is the concept of work area, right? Why we have to do that? Because work area capacity is it can hold only one single record. That is the capacity of work area. So we are clearing the contents of work area. So again, here we have discussed. Suppose if you want to add new record to internal table, what we have to do? Again, we have to do it through work area only, right? So we cannot directly, add record to internal table. So it has to be again through work area. So we have to first add the record in work area, and then we have to append that record to internal table. So here we are trying to add a new record. Work area bookers, work area BUTXT, work area ORT01, work area land. So we are assigning new values to work area, and append is the keyword. So append work area to internal table. So when we do use the keyword append, whatever the new record we are trying to add, it will be added at the end of the existing records. Suppose if there are 100 records in the internal table, this statement will add the new record as 101 record. So it will add at the bottom. There is another concept, insert. So inserting the record. So difference between appending the record and inserting the record is when we append, we don't have any choice. It will always add at the bottom, last. But whereas when we insert the record, we have some control. We can insert at any particular position, wherever we want. So again, we are clearing our work area. Again, we are assigning the values to work area bookers, work area BUTXT, work area ORT01, work area country key. We are assigning new values. And this record, we want to insert. So insert is the keyword. Insert work area into internal table. Index 1. Index 1 means this new record will be inserted as first record. If you want to add this new record as the 10th record, you can give index 10. So whatever the number you give here in that position, it will insert this new record. So that is the difference between appending a record and inserting a record. So when we append a record, it will always add at the last, bottom. But when we insert a record, we can insert at any particular position. So again, we are skipping 2 lines. Again, we are having our heading here, data after append and insert. So here we have added one record and here we have inserted another record, right? So again, we are underlining our heading. Again, we are having our loop. Because we have added 2 new records, we are again trying to display the output. So again, we are using loop at internal table into work area. Again, we are writing the records one by one, right? So before we proceed further, let us see how the output looks like. Again, we'll come back to the program. So when we try to execute this program, so this is our heading, list of German companies in descending order. And here we have filtered only the list of German-based companies. That's why it's showing DED for company code. And this is the result of the system field site ABIX. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So because of this system field, we can know how many total records are there in the internal table. So this is the index number. This is the company code. This is the name of the company. This is the city of the company. This is the country key of the company. So let us see how many records are there. So in total, we are having 51 German-based companies in the master table T001. So data after append and insert. So we have inserted a new record as the first record. That's why here country key is different, USA. So here we have 51 records. Again, we have added 2 records. So 51 plus 2, it will be 53, total 53 records. So 53 records, 51 plus 2. So we have added 2 new records with country key USA. So first record with country key USA, and this is the last record with country key USA.
Sorry, yeah, the first one was insert and the last one is append, right?
Correct, correct.
Okay.
So first one is this we did with the keyword insert.
Insert, yes.
And this we did with the last one we did with the keyword append.
Append, yes.
So we have added 2 new records. Our next operation is delete. How to delete some records. So delete is the keyword, delete internal table from 4 to 5. That means we want to record the 4th record and 5th record. 2 records we want to delete. If you want to delete only 1 record, you can simply give delete internal table index 4. That means it will delete only the 4th record. But here we are trying to delete 4 to 5. That means 4th record and 5th record. So again we are using skip to. Again we are having the heading data after delete, and again we are having the U line underline. After deleting 2 records, again we are having our loop, right, to display the output. Our next operation is to modify it. So if you remember, for the first record and the last record, we have the country key USA. So let us modify their country key from USA to IN. So modify is the keyword, modify. Set country key to IN for both company codes E001 and I001. So for these two records, we want to modify their country key. So we are clearing our work area. So we are clearing our work area and we are assigning a new value to our work area field. So work area land1 equal to IN. We are assigning a new value. See, whenever we want to add new records, it has to be through work area only, right? So that's why we are adding our new value to our work area field. Modify is the keyword. Modify internal table from work area, transporting land1. Transporting means getting. That means get the value of new value of land1 from work area and modify the internal table. So which records they have to modify? We are having some 53 records. So which record they have to modify? Where bookers equal to E001 or bookers equal to I001. So these two records they want to modify. By getting the value from land1 from work area and modifying the internal table. So this is another important system field called size sub RC. So we are checking our important system field called size sub RC. So if size sub RC equal to 0, so what is the importance of this system field? As soon as we do any operation, after doing some operation, so here the operation is modify operation. So after doing any operation, when we check the system field called size sub RC, if its value is equal to 0, that means we are successful. That means this operation, whatever the operation we are trying to do, this operation is successful, right? So this is a system field and its value will automatically be changed. So whatever the operation we are trying to do, if its value is successful, then automatically this size sub RC value will be 0. So again, we are skipping 2 lines. Again, we are having our heading data after modify. Again, we are having the U line, underline, right? Again, we are displaying our loop at internal table into work area, and we are displaying the work area contents.
Question: the loop looks like it is coming in every of this operation or syntax,
Correct.
right?
Correct. Why? Because after changing something, after every operation, again we are trying to display the result.
Right. And the loop is between work area and internal tables, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
See, here we are doing some changes.
That's the loop.
Here we are doing some changes. So if you want to display the output, again we have to use the loop. Again, we have to move them from internal table into work area, and from work area only we can have the output.
Okay.
So whenever we make change anything, that's why we are using the loop again and again. Right?
Okay.
So if this operation is successful, right? So we are checking our size sub RC with any flu. So if this operation is successful, then only we want to display the result, right? So that's why if you observe here, our loop and end loop is between if and end if. If you double click on if, it will go to the end of that particular loop. If you double click at the end, it will go to the beginning of that loop. Our next operation is how to read one particular single record. So we are trying to read a particular single record. So read is the operation. So we are sorting our internal table by bookers in ascending order, and we are clearing our work area. And whenever we want to read the single record, we have to use read table. Read table is the keyword. Read table, internal table, into work area, with key bookers equal to I01. So we want to read this particular single record whose company code is I001. So this is the particular single record we want to read. So we are having the binary search. So binary search means this is an optional thing we are providing here. If you want to, binary search is considered as the fastest search. See, this is how the binary search works. So suppose there are some 100 records, right? So 100 records are there. So suppose we want to read the 20th record. So what it will do? First, it will do half. Then it will see 20, record number 20. It will be, is it available in the first half or second half? It will check. So suppose if it is available in the first half, it will take only the first half. It will take only this first half. That means first 50 records it will take, right? Again, in the next 1 to 50 records, again it will try to divide 50-50. Again it will divide 50-50. That means 25 records here and 25 records here. So again it will check 20 where it will come the top, the half or second half. So 20 will come again at the top only. So it will take those 20 records or the first half, right? So now we are having 12 and 12, right? 25. Here there will be 25 records. Here there will be 25 records. So again it will take the 25 records and again it will check. Again it will try to make it into half. So 20, we want to read record number 20. So it will be at the second half of the records. So like that it goes on, that is the background operation of binary search. So that is how the system will do for binary search. So it is considered as the fastest search, right? So if this is an option, if you want, you can give it. Otherwise, you don't have to mention this. Again, we are skipping 2 lines. Again, we are having our right statement. And again, we are underlining our right statement. So again, we want to display. Here, there is no need for loop. Why? Because here we are reading only, our purpose is to read only one single record, right? So that's why loop is not required. We know that there is only one single record. So that's why there is no need of loop. We can directly write our work area contents. Because only one single record is there. That one single record, we can directly write the output using our write statement. Right? So are we fine till here? I know it will take some time, but just
Yes.
try to, because this is a new concept, right?
Yes.
It will take some time for you to process, but actually it is very, very simple. Only thing is like length of the program is program looks lengthy. Why? Because we are trying to discuss all the operations in the same program. That's why. But otherwise, concept is very, very easy concept.
Right. Concept is again and again. It is
again and again same thing, right?
Right.
So our next concept is how to actually we want to delete the duplicates, right? So we want to delete the duplicates. So if there is any duplicate record, we want to delete that record. But here we know that we don't have any duplicate records in our internal table. So that's why we are trying to, first we are trying to create the duplicates. So append the lines of internal table to internal table. Suppose if we have 53 records, the same set of 53 records we are adding to internal table. So 53 plus 53, 106 records will be there in the internal table. So if we sort the internal table, what happens? If we don't sort it, what happens? From record number 1 to record number 53 will be the first set. From 54 to 106 records will be the second set. But when we sort, what happens? 1 and 2 will be same. First record and second record will be same. Third and fourth will be same. So that is what happens when we sort them. So why we are sorting them? Why? Because based on the Booker's company code, we will try to delete the records, duplicate records. That's why always we have to remember that before we delete the duplicates, we have to sort the internal tables. So that is a mandatory thing we have to do. So after adding the duplicates and again after sorting the internal table, we are trying to have the heading data after adding duplicate records, right? So again, we are trying to display all the 106 records after adding the duplicates. So our next operation is deleting the duplicates. We have purposefully added the duplicates. Now we want to delete the duplicates. So delete adjacent duplicates from internal table. Comparing Bookers. So this is the keyword. Delete adjacent duplicates from. So with the help of this keyword, we can delete the duplicates from internal table. Comparing Bookers. So it will compare the Bookers. If there is a duplicate record, it will delete the duplicates. We are having our skip to. We are having our heading here, data after deleting adjacent duplicates. So again, we are having our U line and we are having our loop at internal table into work area, and we are, after deleting the duplicates, again we'll have 53 records. Because all the duplicates are deleted. Right. So again in this program, we have come across so many new keywords. So let us check the result once. So first, list of German companies in descending order. And here we have fetched only the German-based companies. And we are having 51 German-based companies in master table T is reserved. Again, we try to add 2 new records. The first record is from USA with the country key USA. And 51 plus 2. Again, we are having 53 records because we have added 2 new records. So this is with append and the first one is with insert. Date after delete. Again, we are trying to delete the records. So again, we try to delete 2 records. So again, 53 minus 2. Again, we'll have 51 records in our internal table. Right? So again, here if you observe, again we are having 51 records. 51 records because we have deleted 2 records. Data after modify. We try to modify the country key from USA to IN. So we have changed it from USA to IN. Again here also from USA to IN we have changed the country key. Again we try to read only one single particular record. So data after read. We try to read only this particular single record. So data after adding duplicate records. So we have purposefully added the duplicate records and we have also sorted our internal table. So that's with 0001, 0001, 0005, 0005. Right? Because we have sorted, the duplicates are adjacent side by side. So again 51 plus 51, we will be having 102 records. Total we will be having 102 records. 102 records. because we have purposefully added the duplicates. Data after deleting adjacent duplicates. Again, we try to delete the duplicates. So again, we'll have 51 records only. 51 records. Right? So whenever we want to write the data, we have to always use loop. Loop at internal table into work area. And from work area only, we can write the output. Right? So
yes,
all of these are the operations that can be performed on internal tables. So